So the apparent wind now is 12 knots. We are making 7 knots. Today we are on a Solaris 57 from 1992, a real blue water boat. Later on we will stop, we'll go to the anchor, and I will take you through a full walkthrough video on this boat. The boat is seriously for sale. She's owned in the last 18 years by the same owner, which is a very experienced sailor, very well maintained. I'll give you a lot of details about that during the video.
Seven on the GPS.
The sails on this boat are from wood. They are now 9 years old, but still in very good working conditions. Mainsail, and we have a Yankee here, which is from the same year, 9 years old, but still feel in a very good working condition. The fabric, you can see it closely.
Left.
So we are starting the video today on the Solaris 57 from the stern. Let's have a first look from this angle. Now, as you can see, the Teak decks are in amazing condition, and the reason is that they have been totally replaced all over this year, 2021. Let's turn the camera and start to go into the details from the stern. So we have a nice working area here. We have one big lazarette with 2 doors. You can store your fenders inside, totally hide them. There is a big anchor here, admiralic anchor. And on the other side, cables, hoses, ropes. So plenty of space for storage, very useful. Now, these 2 guys, this and this, are actually telescopic davits from Bezenzoni. They can be pulled out and hanged at the back of the boat, and then hold the dinghy for long cruisings. Suzuki 4 horsepower engine for the dinghy, and one anchor from aluminium, very light, to deal with for stern anchorage. Can be dropped easily, and then again sitting places which can be folded. What we see here is the swimming ladder, the boarding ladder, which can be hanged from both sides, starboard and port side. Now this will be the hatch which provide air to the master cabin moving forward, and in the other side we have a passerelle from Teak, which can connect it at the stern and be supported by a long halyard. or topping lift. Now we have a center cockpit here. Let's go over the details. We have 2 electrical winches, big electrical winches, one here and one there, to deal with the Genoa. Another 2 manual winches, both sides, and smaller ones to deal with the staysail and furler. Moving forward, there are 6 winches here to deal with the halyards. One of the largest one on the other side, the starboard side, is electrical, and it is a support to lift the mainsail, which is pretty large and heavy, so that is dealt electrically rather than hoisting it manually. And then again you can see the condition of the decks, which are simply new. Moving forward, there are 2 more hatches here, this one and this one. Each one of them is providing air to one of the guest cabins. And a little bit further forward, we have the staysail furler, which is manual and controlled from the cockpit, and we have the Genoa furler, which is electrical and controlled by a push button from the cockpit. The boat has delta anchor, about 50 kilo, and chain of 110 meters. We are anchoring now in South Turkey. And then this pulpit with a small sitting area. Moving backwards, can have a nice view of the boat from this angle. Now, if you want to learn more about this boat, you can visit our website by using the link at the video description below. You will find there are many photos and the full specification list. Everything is on this boat is massive, was designed to cross oceans. It's a real Bluewater boat that has been built by Solaris in 1992. 4 hulls were built from this particular model. Let's go behind the wheel, see the view from there, and have the impression of size of the cockpit. I put the mattresses up just to show you the quality of teak of the seaters, which also has been replaced. And there is a wind speed indicator here. That's the original, and another indicator here which can display the depth and the speed and the wind direction. And there is a new machine here from Raymarine, that's the Autopilot. This has been installed in 2016, so it's pretty new. Engine control is here. We have a Volvo Penta with 200 horsepower and at the moment approximately 1,800 running hours. Here at the left hand side we have a Navtec hydraulic control with 3 stations. One is controlling the Vang, one is for the backstay, and I think that's about it. Actually it's two stations. Moving forward in the cockpit, there is a folding perspex table, which is this one, but it can have an extension with a big wooden table which is stored underneath in the cabin. Now here we have Raymarine indicators for wind speed, for depth, and then again wind speed, direction and speed, boat speed, which shows 0 now because we are standing. And we have a new from 2016 Raymarine chart plotter, also the radar, which is new from 2016, can be displayed here. Now let's move downstairs and see how this boat looks from inside. So we will start by having a general overlook at this beautiful salon. It is all from full wood, all the interior, amazing Italian workmanship. Let's go down and check the details. So we have a nice salon here that will probably seat comfortably 6 guests. A very nice table. This table can be extended by pulling it up and doubling it, and then pulling it a little bit towards me so it sits in the center, and you can have a beautiful dinner here with 6 people around. There are 2 sitting place here and lots of storage space all around. Now this TV probably can be replaced to a modern one. The place is here, pretty easy to do so. We have a navigation table, chart table here, all style, wide, and a comfortable seat underneath, which is a little bit curved, simple to sit, comfortable to sit while the boat is heeling. And let's go over the instruments. Some of them are in function and some of them are not function. So we have a Furuno Navtex, which is function, SSB radio function and working, a Sailor VHF, which is working. We have a repeater from Auto Helm, again can display the depth and wind direction and speed and so on. That was the old chart plotter, which is not functioning anymore. We also have the old radar from Furuno and Geonav. This equipment can be removed and replaced by another equipment, though there is a new radar here, and which the display is displayed as I showed on the Raymarine screen. We have here a sat phone which is functioning, but the contract needs to be renewed if anyone is interested. So let's go from here, turn the camera and see the backside of the central area of the salon. Now what we can see here, this room is a little bit messy because to organize the video we just pushed everything here. Let me explain quickly about this cabin. This cabin is a crew cabin for one single captain, which is underneath here. There is a toilet here underneath this board, so if you open it you will find the toilet, and there is a small folding sink. So this can be, if you have crew, the captain can stay here. If you don't have crew, it can be additional guest or a storage cabin, which is always necessary. Moving further inside, we are approaching the galley. So that's the galley, general look at the galley. And let's see what we have here. Behind this long door we have a fridge. The top side is a freezer. There is a lock, secure lock here for sailing. There is a freezer here and a fridge. And as you can see on the top, there is a plenty of storage space, and also underneath. Now there is a gimbaled stove. Now it is locked, but you can see it's a massive stainless steel gimbal stove and gas oven. And down here there is a lot of space for storage for spices, coffee, and so on. There is a double sink here, quite a large sink, one here, one down here, and there are fresh water, hot water, cold water, and there is a pump for seawater, so you can have pressured seawater while you're on sea. You can clean your dishes, make your dishes, and rinse them with seawater to save the sweet water. Additional place to store glasses down here. Now just behind me, facing the galley, there is an electrical panel with a voltage indicator and all the fuses. And underneath, down here, it is the engine room. Now before we dive inside, you can see that on each one of the doors, this one and the other one, let me lock the door open so it will be easier to look inside. There is a storage for some spare parts, tools, very useful. And let's see what we have here. In the heart of this engine room, there is a Volvo Penta engine with 6 cylinders, 200 horsepower. It consumes about 6.5 liters at 2000 RPM. That makes this boat under power range about 700 nautical miles. We have a generator back there from Northern Lights with 6.5 kilowatts. It can provide 220, and the engine room is in a pretty well condition. There are a little bit of old systems that has to be removed, which are not in function. This piece there, but all in all, the engine room is functioning 100% and in good condition. The engine has been overhauled in 2014, and now it has, as I said, 1,800 hours. So it's very accessible from all sides. Again, in comparison to this size of sailing yachts, very easy access to all the system. Okay, so that was the engine room. Let's move forward to see the master cabin. So the way to the master cabin is through the galley, as a lot of these boats has been designed. Now, talking about the design, the boat has been designed by Doug Peterson, which is a very famous design at this year's. He has designed many famous boats, sailing boats, Bluewater boats. So here is the master cabin. It's a beautiful master cabin, aft master cabin, good size double bed, a lot of storage all around, and an ensuite bathroom. When I close the door behind me, you can see the drawers here. There is a lot of hanging space here for personal belongings, both sides, and as I said, also all around. There is one sitting place here, nice to have, put on your deck shoes or just sit and relax. Underneath this mattress you will find the steering pistons and the cables. It's a massive steering system, very strong and very well built. So having said that, let's turn the camera and see what we can see on the other side. So there is a small kind of makeup area with a big mirror. Now we can see the door when it's closed. Of course there are hatches here for fresh air and curtains for privacy. This can be easily changed to something which is folding from the side, but there are many solutions. Okay, so we are moving into this ensuite toilet. It's a manual toilet, of course can be changed to electrical, but that was the preference of this particular owner. Sink and quite a reasonable size shower. Then again it has a small hatch here for ventilation, another window for ventilation and natural light, and as you can see the shower goes a little bit deeper to the center of the boat. So we are moving out, and here again the master cabin from a different angle. And making our way out of the master cabin through the galley back to the salon. Let's move forward to see the two additional guest cabins. We can see that the mast is a keel step mast. The mast has been replaced in 2012. It's not the original mast. The whole standing rigging has been changed in 2012, as well as the sails. So that's the port side cabin. There are two banks here, reasonable width, nice wooden sides to isolate from cold and hot and to make this nice warm environment. Down here, this is the big board of the cockpit table. It is stored here, and a little bit further inside there is an ensuite bathroom with shower down here, toilet and sink, a little bit of storage spaces here for the bathroom, quite deep as you can see, and additional storage space here which is secured for cleaning materials or whatever the guests prefer to store here. Now there is also a leg pump to pump sweet water. So then again, for long cruising, you can save water by having better control of the consumption. The shower is here. It's a pull out, and the control to it is down here. So let's move to see the starboard cabin, which is quite identical to this one. Just before we do that, I would like to show you something. These are the nuts and screws for the chain plate. Very, very massive chain plates that has been installed new in 2012. They have been renewed together with the mast and the standing rigging. Now, this cabin is slightly bigger. It's not identical, as I said, and the bed here is slightly wider, the lower bed. And we are moving forward. Some storage space here. Inside, quite deep. Underneath, drawers, deep drawers, all constructed from full wood at his for this class of boat and for the years. So it's real full wood. And then again, same arrangement. The shower is here. There is hatch for fresh light, toilet, which are manual, and sink. And same arrangement for storage. Cannot find it. Okay. Anyway, additional storage space down below, as you can see, and up here, same. So we are moving out of this cabin. Here you can see how wide this bed is and how spacious this cabin is. Nice cabin, has natural light from the window back there and from the hatch up here. There are many ventilators like this all through the boat. And then last look at the salon. It's a beautiful live on board Bluewater yacht. She's in a condition of ready to go anywhere. Very well maintained. You will find the list of the equipment as well as the list of maintenance that has been done in the last 10 years in the web page. You will find the link to the web page in the video description below. So here we go. That's the Solaris 57.